Hey y'all, welcome back to the Hoffmann Homestead. I'm in my kitchen today and just separating some bulk meat that we got from the store for meals and things down the road, and I figured I would take this time while I am lollygagging around to talk to you about something very important for seed starting. This will be close to at least the last episode, if you will, in our seed starting series, and it's about hardening off your plants. What the heck is that, Amber? I am so glad that you asked. So hardening off your plants is the task of getting them ready to go outside. When you start your seedlings indoors, you are giving them the most ideal environment for growing. You are, protecting them inside of a building or inside of a greenhouse or sometimes inside a milk jug outside. But you are protecting them from the weather, from the complete intensity of the sun, and that is going to make them a little more delicate, if you will. So you have to harden them off. You got to toughen them up, basically. Okay, so to harden off your plants, you want to take about a week. I like 7 days. Any less than that, and I burn my plants. So I take about 7 days, and I will take them outside, starting with an hour and increasing by an hour every day. So the first day, whatever I choose, preferably around your last frost date, when it's warm outside, when it's not going to be insane, they're not going to die in a flood or a storm of some sort, I'll take them outside and leave them out there for an hour on that first day. Then on the second day, I'll add an hour. So we'll be out there for 2 days. Third day, I'll add an hour. We'll be out there for 3 hours. Did I say 2 days? Whatever, you know what I mean. And by the 7th day, we're out there for 7 hours, which is basically a whole day for them. Now, I just had my seedlings out for 6 hours yesterday, and my pak choi is being a little bit dramatic, and it is completely droopy by the end of the day. But when I give it some water and I bring it back in the house, it's fine, and it'll probably be fine outside. So you want to do that 7 days, up to 7 hours, and then of course on the 8th day, when you put them out in the garden, they'll be out there for the full 8 hours, which is considered full sun for a plant. Why do we do this? So number one, they're protected inside. We need to toughen them up. 2, when they're inside, their leaves actually grow thinner than a plant that starts outside. So if you notice, when you buy a bonnie plant at the store compared to a homegrown plant that has not yet been hardened off, they may have super thick, dark green leaves, whereas your plant may be, a lighter green, thinner, not so thick. That is because the plant has been exposed to less sunlight, so it has to protect itself less. So if you were to take your homegrown from seed plant and put it outside for 8 hours, just pop it straight in the garden, you have a high likelihood of burning your plant leaves. And of course, that's going to stunt your plant because it absorbs light through the leaves, and then you're not growing very much for a while when there's like a leaf left. I know, because I did that last year, so learn from my mistakes. I thought 3 days was good enough, and I was wrong. So the sun exposure is going to be a big deal for them. And then the third reason is going to be weather. There's going to be more cold depending on what plants you're putting out when. I'm going to put out my cabbage before my last frost date because it should be fine with it. You're also going to have things like rain and wind and animals. I mean, the animals are going to get them anyway, but we're protecting them inside and we're getting them ready to go outside. I keep doing the chicken, Amber, geez. So I get so passionate about these things, guys. I love it so much. So we're going to harden off our seedlings. Easiest way I have found to do that, I will show you right now. Okay, welcome to my seed room. It is bright as all get out here. So one thing that I do to assist in the hardening off process throughout the life of my seedlings is I have a fan running. This fan is going to blow on my plants. It is oscillating, so it's not currently blowing, but it's going to blow on my plants and shake them around a little bit, and it's going to strengthen the stem so that I've got a nice solid stem going up. Look at that. Shaky, shaky. So I have a fan running. Most of the time, I don't start it immediately. I might give them like a couple of weeks when they're super tiny. Sorry, I can't hold my camera still today. When they're super tiny, I don't want to like blow them away. So I don't put, at least not a high strength fan on them. I do start with a very low setting when they're super little, when I start the fan, and then I will work them up to just a full blast thing as they're going. So now they're getting shook around quite a bit, and I love that for them. Let's take a look at the plants real quick because I'm really excited at what we've got. Okay, so first up, I have some basils right there and other stuff. Those are tomatoes, but there's things behind it that I don't remember what it is. We'll get to them later. We have lots of peppers, mostly bell peppers, but we do have some spicy peppers. This is a tomato. Here's my black crim tomato. Ooh, look, that's a root. Or is that my hair? No, that's a root. More peppers. These are our spicy peppers. Well, our hot peppers. So we've got some serranos, more serranos. I know we've got some pepperoncinis, some I think some jalapenos, and then some other things in there. Cayenne, that's the other thing. We have some parsley that finally came up. Look at those guys. It took them forever. Stevia did not come up in this round, but I did get stevia up here in those guys. So that's cool. Some cumin that came up and then just kind of stayed there. I think it got stuck in its shell, and I don't think it's gonna make it. I'm just gonna spit on this guy real quick, don't mind me. And then we have some marjoram, some fenugreek. I'm excited about that. It makes a tea that smells and tastes, well, it doesn't taste like Christmas, but it smells like Christmas. Some more peppers, some more tomatoes, lots more tomatoes. They're doing pretty good. They've got a couple weeks left until they go outside, but peppers. And then we've got celery. I did an experiment and transplanted celery, like separated them and then transplanted, and it did really well. So I'm excited that I'm not going to kill all of those when I put them in the garden. We've got cabbages, some younger cabbages that I started a little later, and then some broccolis back there. Then we have some more tomatoes, some more, is that a pepper? What are you? Eggplant. Oh, that's exciting. Some cauliflowers, some more cauliflowers back there. More peppers, because I'm obsessed. More peppers, more cabbages. That is my yarrow. It's humongous. And that big dude is my artichoke, also humongous. There's an artichoke or two back there, but they're not as big. Oh, that one looks yellow. You'll go outside soon, buddy. My son found an okra seed and planted it, so that's what that is. I would not recommend starting that as a start. I would just put it outside. Some chamomile that's starting to form some true leaves. That is marshmallow plant. And then we have some onions. I've run out of space on my shelf, so we're moving on to the table. Some onions, some broccoli, maybe some cauliflower in there. What's going on with you? Tomatoes, and then we have most of our cabbages. So the cabbage is what, man, I'm gonna get a sunburn right here. The cabbage is what we are currently hardening off. They are on their final day. And then I think they're gonna go into actually yesterday was their final day. So we could put them in the garden today, or more likely tomorrow, because I have 2 boys' soccer games today. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys outside and let them chill out front, and my pak choi is gonna get super dramatic again, but it's fine, it'll come back. It'll perk back up after I give it more water. So let's see what that looks like. Super easy. I forgot to mention that my lemon tree is also going outside, because though it is a container plant, it's too cold here, it will spend its summers outside. That's it, y'all. I just put these things in my front yard. There's my sidewalk. I mean, I live in a place that nobody's probably gonna steal my cabbage, so they just sit there right outside my front door. And tonight, good gracious, it is bright out here. Sorry, plants. Tonight I will bring them in and they'll stay the night inside. And then I will likely put them in the garden tomorrow, and that is where they will live. Not the lemon tree, but the cabbages. And then closer to our last frost, we still have 2 weeks left. I will move out our tomatoes, and my peppers might be a couple weeks after that, just because they're a little bit more sensitive. Oh, my aloe. They're a little bit more sensitive to the cold, and I don't want to stunt their fruiting process, so I'm going to put them outside when the evening temperatures are regularly above 50 degrees, because they really don't like anything below that. So I'm gonna open the windows up in here, get some airflow going, sheesh, maybe, and go to a soccer game. So y'all have a beautiful day. Thank you for coming, and don't forget to like, subscribe, come back, leave me a comment if you have questions, and we'll catch you next time. Don't forget, you can do anything that you set your mind to, so just try it.